Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Cool Guys Nation. Welcome to South Carolina. I am on a business trip. Unfortunately, it is raining and it's cold, which means good news for you because we're going to be unboxing some of the new Warhammer 40k terrain. Let's go back into the room and take a look at what we have. I recently attended a new Games Workshop store grand opening, and while there, I decided to pick up a Thermic Plasma Regulator and a Thermic Plasma Conduit. Now, supposedly there are rules for these in the box. I think they look pretty cool. It also fits in with some of the other terrain that they've been putting out, which is really nice, and I assume that these will also fit right into your Promethean pipes. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. Fortunately, I don't have a tripod with me, so I'm going to have to do this by hand. I'm sure I'm up to the task, though. We're going to be starting with the Thermic Plasma Regulators. This is the front of the box. This is the back of the box. It has a couple configurations. It looks like it comes with two specific pieces of terrain, and it does state the rules are included. Let's bust this box open. Inside the box, we have our assembly package and rules, which we will go into that in a moment. Let's first take a look at the sprues. You're going to be getting 2 sprues. They seem to be identical. It's a pretty nice size piece of terrain. I'm very excited to paint this up and build it. Detail looks excellent. We have some of these walkways which match the other terrain that GW has been coming out with. Let's go ahead and take a look at the instructions and the rules. Thing that I will note is that this instruction packet is not in color. It is black and white. The assembly instructions seem pretty simple. I mean, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces times 2, a total of 8 pieces. And that will give you this setup and the rules. So first off, it's nice to note that they have very specific rules as to which keywords are affected by this, and it says unless they can fly, vehicle, monster, cavalry, and bikers can only be set up and end their move on the ground floor. Unless they can fly, infantry, and beasts must scale ladders, grinders, or wall to ascend or descend between the different levels, and I assume that that's just a straight distance calculation. It doesn't actually specify that. Infantry units that are on a sector mechanicus structure do receive the benefit of cover, but only if at least 50% of every model is obscured from the point of view of the shooting model. Then it says, roll a d6 each time you make a saving throw of 7+, such as a 6+1 for being in cover. For a model within 3 inches in the shooting phase, on a 1, it suffers a mortal wound. That's interesting. It's very dangerous to be around, but it is a very pretty piece, and it does follow the other rules for sector mechanus structures. Very pretty. I can't wait to paint these up and put them on the battlefield. Let's move on to the next box, which is the Thermic Plasma Conduits. Here is the front of the box, and here is the back of the box. Oops, let's get it the right way. Again, rules included. These do look really pretty. I can't wait to open them up. At the box, once again, we have our assembly instructions and rules. Black and white copy. And then inside we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. And it looks like there is 2 unique sprues, and you get 2 copies of each one. And take a closer look at the details. Seems to be pretty similar to the Promethean pipes in terms of how they assemble. Let's take a look at the actual assembly instructions and the special rules. Assembly instructions have 7 steps. Pretty straightforward, and I assume you repeat these steps a couple of times in order to complete the entire box. It does also have these 2 pieces here, which you're not supposed to glue in, so you get a little bit of scatter terrain, or you can plug them into the generator. And it has a very, very long list of rules. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, the rules are the same as the Sector Mechanicus and the box that we just opened, the Plasma Regulators, in terms of vehicles and monsters and how they move around over and through. They must stay on the ground level. And then it has the special rule, and what it says is, when a model targets an enemy infantry unit that has all of its models within 1 inch of the thermal plasma conduit, the target unit receives the benefit of cover. That means that even if you are on the close side, so long as you're within 1 inch of it, you still can get cover. In addition, enemy units can fight across the thermic plasma conduit, even though the physical distance is sometimes more than 1 inch. When resolving fights between the units, they can be chosen to fight and make their attacks within 2 inches instead of 1 inch. And then once again on a d6, +1 on a roll of 1, the unit suffers a mortal wound. So that's kind of interesting. I like the way that the cover works for this. It's very pretty. These are going to be a nice addition to our battlefield. I'm excited to build and paint them and magnetize them, which of course we will be doing very shortly. But this has been a short video from my work in South Carolina. Until next time, this has been Aaron from the Cool Guys Nation.